This video is a parody created solely for comedy purposes. I do not own Beyblade Metal Fusion or any YouTube channels similar to my own. Welcome to Beyblade Sins, the channel where I poke fun at a show meant for children. Now you'd best hunker down, cause we're well overdue for a cringe-tastrophe.
Beyblade, Beyblade, let it rip! Last time on Beyblade.
Recap Sin. Improper layering causes a few of these leaves to appear as though they're peeking out through a slit in the sky, rather than being blown in from off-screen. Alright, let's get the obvious one out of the way. Blatant merchandising. The episode!
In Coma Village, everyone had such intense battles.
Everyone? Madoka is a liar. Also, Pegasus's performance tip teleports from the table to Madoka's grasp between shots.
Phew.
Exact reused footage from episode 2.
Daddy's coming!
Please never say that again. It only works for Kyoya.
That's right, come to Papa.
The compatibility between Crow 145 and Sharp is,
Madoka's babbling here actually lines up perfectly with Sagittario's parts.
Combine the defense 125 and semi-flat,
But then they ruin it by having her name parts that have nothing to do with Sagittario or Bull!
Jenga's just so awesome!
Come on, battle with me next! No, me!
Jinga invites himself to battle.
It's
Come
my
on,
turn!
battle with me.
Okay, guys, cool it. I'll get to everyone eventually.
Yeah!
After Jinga promises he'll get to everyone, 3 out of 4 of the kids who celebrate are the ones who just went and probably won't get to battle him again for a while. Also, this kid cloned himself. Or maybe he just has a twin brother and I've been sinning him for several episodes now for no reason. Oh well.
Remember when Jinga hooked back up with us at Coma Village?
I certainly don't! I think that would have been a tad too steamy for a show with a TVY7 rating.
He looked like he'd really got his act together.
No, he looked like he'd really gotten his act together.
What's going on? Why won't you move, Bully Boy?
Huh? What's wrong, Sagittario? You're completely out of control!
Sagittario has allegedly been circling the stadium at high speeds, yet for some reason doesn't appear once while the camera is focused on Bull.
Huh?
Kenta and Benkei are standing opposite each other here, which should make the previous shot of their hands impossible.
I changed parts between Bull's and Sagittario's spin tracks.
Madoka admits to swapping the spin track twice,
So I replaced its spin track with Sagittarios.
but neglects to mention that she also changed the performance tips.
While doing maintenance on Bull, an error appeared.
Actually, multiple errors appeared.
Well, I guess we should have checked with you before taking them.
Or you should have just looked a little harder. Seriously, Kenta and Benkei would have had to have been blind, colorblind, and or legally blind to have missed this upon first picking up their bays.
Well, I guess we should have checked with you before taking them.
Good point!
You think?
You know, with a different part in it, Sagittario moved in a way I've never seen it move!
Kenta says good point, then proceeds to yammer on about something entirely unrelated to Benkei's point about not taking things without asking.
Ha! Dark Ball, change now!
Ha! Sagittario, change now!
Kenta and Benkei command their bays to change now after they've already changed. Benkei sounds way too hyped about doing something he could already do with greater speed and precision.
Face, bolt, spin, track, performance, tip, fusion wheel.
Learn those few things and we'll win for real.
Benkei completely forgets about the energy ring.
Who's the card above? Hey, hey, hey!
Who do we love? Our Bay.
Singular use of Bay implies that they only love either Sagittario or Bull, but not both. Also, Benkei leaves all the responsibility of rhyming to Kenta. Benkei is an asshole. The only two kids on the street behind Kenta and Benkei are Mr. Tan Shirt and Mr. Purple Shirt, but there are 4 kids already gathered in front of the ad when they back up. That means these 2 kids spawned out of nowhere, and this kid is apparently a quick change artist. Although, let's be real, this isn't the first time this kid in particular has pulled some teleportation bullshit.
Wide defense, 145.
Boys, who gets them?
Bro, what? You were gushing over parts yourself less than 5 minutes ago!
You did try out a lot.
Say my name, say my name. That's what mechanics do, that's the name of the game.
One sin for hypocrisy, and another for sexism.
Kenta, your pivot leg is weak.
This pronunciation of Kenta. Again! I'm beginning to think Benkei's doing it on purpose.
Kenta, your pivot leg is weak.
Benkei, you look like a chicken doing ballet on ice.
Benkei gave 1 bit of constructive criticism, and then Kenta freaking obliterated him! These people haven't moved all day.
Yeah, teach me.
No, me. Teach me.
Rapid fire! These kids' voices have drastically changed since the last time we heard them speak.
Yeah, teach me.
No, me. Teach me.
Come on, battle with me next.
No, me.
Based on the previous shot, this kid should be to the left of these 3. Looking at the crowd before, we can see that the children have multiplied! And guess who wasn't there the first time? This kid's shirt actually says MFB. I can't not take a sin off for that.
I bet if you and a certain someone teamed up, you could win.
Being someone's playmate isn't my way of competing.
What? So are you saying changing parts isn't cool?
Bro, what? He objected to the tag team format, not the part changing.
I'm saying all these guys better stand on their own 2 feet, 'cause if you don't, you might just lose your balance.
What was that about? But Jinga, Kenta, and Benkei are so excited. Jinga, be positive.
And then Jenga catches a stray, even though she's upset with Kyoya. For those of you who are curious, her frustration is properly targeted in the original Japanese.
何あれせっかく健太と弁慶がやる気満々なのに
まあ、京也の言いたいこともわかるけどな。
Kyoya, I appreciate the advice.
Benkei is talking to someone who walked away ages ago. Also, I don't know what's more of a sin, the fact that Kenta stayed face-planted like this for almost a minute despite ultimately being fine, or the fact that nobody cared to check on him.
Let's meet our competitors.
Excluding Kenta and Benkei, there are only 6 competitors on the stage, meaning 3 other teams. Yet, somehow the contest has 5 rounds. Assuming they're using the standard bracket system, this shouldn't be possible. Kenta's not even trying to hide this contraband. Look, the sin can either be for the rules of the tournament allowing such a blatant and unfair advantage, or, assuming tactics like these are generally allowed, the sin can be for nobody else ever utilizing this mechanic ever again! Like, come on, we easily could've and should've had a multi-esque character in MFB. Just, instead of using multiple bays, it could've been a Blade or Notorious for their strategic use of multiple parts. It's a shame we only ever got to see this from Kenta and Benkei, as opposed to, say, a team of antagonists in the World Tournament, and an even bigger shame that it was only ever utilized in this write-off filler episode.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Blader DJ holds up 5 fingers while saying 3. It wouldn't have been a problem if he'd just been gesturing dramatically, but he then proceeds to hold up a 2 and a 1 in perfect succession, so I can only assume he miscounted on the 3.
'Cause here comes the big wave!
Uh-oh! Here comes the big wave!
Yeah. We heard Blader DJ the first time.
Being put through the wash!
This shot makes it really easy to see that the changes Osamu and Takashi made to their bays earlier are still in effect. It's a nice little detail.
Ooh, doggies! Sagittario and Bull are still alive!
Kenta and Benkei used a defense-type performance tip with a big base that can even stand up to strong waves.
Madoka calls it a defense-type performance tip, which isn't inherently incorrect, but is at least a little misleading, as the part literally named defense looks like this. The part she's actually displaying on her screen is a wide ball performance tip. Coincidentally, Rock Leone has that very same performance tip, so let's do an experiment.
Beyblade, Beyblade, let it rip!
And that was just a tiny bucket, not a wave. Yeah, even with the new performance tip, Sagittario and Bull ain't surviving that. The things I do for you guys.
Alright!
Next one! Change parts!
I know it's for a montage, but they use and reuse this animation 4 times in the last 6 minutes of the episode. How small was the budget?
Here we've got the Stepping Stone Stadium!
So, do you have to accurately calculate launch angles?
You're accurately calculating the exact angles of reflection.
Or does changing parts simply give the Bay the magical ability to go on autopilot?
Kenta and Benkei are both rocking out there.
All thanks to changing parts, Jinga.
Oh, is it really?
Yes. Yes, it is. I know that this is setting up for Jinga's whole believe in the strength of your own Bay speech later, but I dare any of you to look me in the eye and tell me Kenta and Benkei could have survived this challenge or this challenge with Base Kit Sagittario and Bull. Kenta and Benkei never apologized to Madoka for losing her property.
If we don't change the spin tracks,
And the performance tips!
oh, they all just sunk to the bottom!
If that was all you planned on swapping out, why the heck did you bring fusion wheels, energy rings, and even face bolts with you too?
Now we can't compete in the final round.
Except you can. You have less of an unfair advantage than before, but you haven't been disqualified or anything.
It's my fault. I wobbled when I should have wiggled.
What does that even mean? I wobbled when I should have stayed still would have sufficed without sounding nearly as stupid.
The very thing that lets you win up until now is your actual skill.
Did he say skill when he's talking about us?
Ooh, self-burn. Those are rare.
Ahem. I mean, Kenta would be great at Beyblade Sense.
In those battles, you experience the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat.
Jinga says that they both know the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat, and Kenta's flashbacks demonstrate one of each. But for some reason, every single flashback clip they play for Benkei is one of his losses.
No matter what parts you have, without the skill to master them, it makes no difference whatsoever.
He says, after hyping up Kenta's metal facebolt just a few episodes back, Jinga is a hypocrite.
Tornado! Bull uppercut! What? Dark Bull through Sagittario? They're attacking each other!
These opponents weren't part of the original tournament roster. Also, Benkei attacks his own teammate for the sake of launching him into the sky, but then proves that this move was entirely unnecessary mere seconds later when both Sagittario and Bull leap into the sky, unhindered with minimal effort, all on their own.
Sagittario Flame Claw!
Bull uppercut!
Performing an uppercut attack from above.
I'll show you with my tidy whitey wedgie launch!
Nobody wants to f***ing see that. And are these people statues? It's been an entire day at least. Why are they still here?
What? But that's not fair!
Hikari 輝く汗今から行く